Good afternoon and welcome to the Tony Stackwell Sea Fishing channel. I'm down at Tony's shop because I've heard he's got some new rods in. So we're going to have a quick look at one of these rods, at least one of these rods. And I believe it's called the Blackrock Renaissance ZT 4200. So it's going to be a continental rod. I'm a big fan of Blackrock rods, as you know, because I've got their SS10 and I love it. So this rod is at the right price, and I do know that he's doing a deal. So let's have a quick chat with Tony about that, and then have a look at the rod and have a look at the deal.
Hi Chris, this is the Renaissance Blackrock. It's one of my favourite rods, to be honest with you. I think the livery on it is fantastic, beautifully finished. Maybe a bit over the top of the yellow, but the darker colour, the black, tones it down a bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they've got this lovely weave on them. Beautiful rod. Probably my best selling rod because it retails at about £110. It's just at the right price for people, if you know what I mean. It's not over expensive. It'll get you started. It's got a beautiful quiver tip on it. Very light. And it's very similar to my Dreamcast, but it's got a quiver tip on it. So it's a lighter tip.
So very good for the bite indication.
Great bite indication. Nice rings. Very well made. 3-piece, as you can see. So it goes into your car beautifully. No
yeah,
problem.
it makes a difference. I've got a couple of longer rods and they're a real nuisance.
Really easy to put in your car. It's only about 4.5 foot long.
Right.
Comes with a lovely bag. Beautifully finished. Like these little touches from Blackrock. This thing here, surf, and then your Blackrock logo, and it's nice, you know. It's ever so well made, and I think Matthew's rods are really good. He's not got a lot of overheads like some people, so therefore he can cut into the market and make a lovely rod. It's not over expensive, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
I think that's a hell of a rod for £110.
£110.
Yeah, I mean,
bargain.
You compare it with some of these others that are 200. And to me, it's in the same bracket. It's great, you know.
Yeah.
What we've done, we've had a little word with Blackrock. We've bought quite a bit of stuff, and we're going to promote his other reel, which is the Bullfrog. Sorry. These have been out for quite a while. What I've managed to do is the rod and reel together would be around about £200 because these are £80. And I'm doing a deal in the shop for about 159, and that's the rod and the reel together, just to get people started. It's not over expensive, and it's a good setup. You know, it's not like a cheap. It's got a lovely long spool. This one thing it does lack, it hasn't got a spare spool.
Right.
But they're available at about £18.
Right. Okay.
So you only need to buy one spare spool. Then you can put braid on one, nylon on the other.
All right. What's the oscillation? It's very slow oscillation.
It's quite slow oscillation, which is good. I noticed it takes a while to go up and down.
Yeah.
I've seen other reels that are twice as fast as that, and they don't level the line on nicely. You know what I mean?
So what's the benefit of a slow oscillation, Tone?
If the oscillation's slow, it will level the line on much neater.
All right.
I believe there's a Shimano reel, and it's, believe it or not, it's something like 90 to 100 turns.
Wow.
Every time it goes up and down,
really
you've got to turn the handle 80 to 90 times. Yeah. I can't remember what it's called. A flag. Yeah. Flagon, I think.
All right.
And it's about 500 quid, but it's not feasible so much for fishing, but for tournament casting, when they're trying to get the maximum lay on there. Yeah. Absolutely beautiful, and the magnesiums from Shimano are the same.
But that is
500-600.
That is really slow. I mean, that looks slower than some of mine.
Because I know you bought a Bezier, which is really nice, beautiful reel, a lot of money.
But the oscillation went slow.
I would bet you that the magnesium Shimano would go up and down twice as slow, and probably casting wise, it'll probably outcast the Bezier. But the Bezier is a lovely bit of kit as well. They're all beautiful, top range reels, but they're not everyone's money. So, you know, with this is just a lovely reel to get started. I can do the reel on its own for about 59 instead of 79. We'll put the two together, and it's 160 instead of costing you about £210.
Right.
You know.
Okay. Cool.
But ever so easy to cast this rod. I've cast it, and so many people. I was just telling a guy who came in the shop a minute ago. And so many people buy a rod, and they think they'll buy a more expensive one, which costs them 300 quid.
Yeah.
And it don't work.
Yeah.
You know, so I've got to be honest with you. Even the SS10, if you look at the power in that, it's good for a guy who goes a lot.
Yeah.
But for the average guy, he'd probably cast this rod 20 yards further.
Yeah, probably.
And I think that's how my dream casts work. You know, they were just easy to cast. Most people bought one, come back and bought another one. And I think the same will happen with this because it's almost it's very similar. I believe it comes out the same factory. So.
It looks a bit like the Q6 or the Q7.
Yeah, they got that lovely weave on them, haven't they? I mean, there's a Key West, which is we've done before. Yeah. But the only difference between that rod, the Key West, which is about 140, is that the Key West has got the tip that my rod's got on it. So it's a stiffer tip. Yeah. And you know, it's lovely, and I think maybe what he might do later on, what I would do if I was Blackrock, bring one out with two tips. Which would probably be about 180, and then you've got the best of both worlds, haven't you? Yeah, no, absolutely. You know, that's probably the answer. Have a quiver tip and a sort of normal tip. No, it's just a lovely rod. I mean, it's got a nice little end cap on it, and I like the fact they've got that shaped bottom grip as well, so you know where it is in your hand. So you know, it helps you stop the rod twisting around, particularly when you're casting fixed spools. Everything he does is really good. He thinks about things before he just you know goes and mass produce them. A lot of companies they don't do their homework properly, and they bring it out and it's just that'll do, you know. Whereas this is lovely, right down to the whip in there. It's beautiful, isn't it? Yeah. Butt cap, look, nice. Yeah. I say I like this. I like the shaped. Yeah, the nice shaped grip, which is good, isn't it? Yeah. I like this. I think this is great. This little weave in there. Weave. It's the small bits, and when you're selling it, you want to sell something nice, not something that just looks bland. You know what I mean? No, it's a lovely little. It gives you a pleasure. I mean, this week I've sold 3 of these, and you know, 2 of them have been. I've managed to show someone who's not interested in a rod, get out of the rat, and he's gone, I'll have it. Yeah. So impulse buying. Yeah, no. But you can't impulse buy someone if something looks, you know, bland. As I say, if it don't look good, they're not going to buy it, are they? No. So you know. So the deal you're doing is this rod with the bullfrog reel. Bullfrog reel. You call it a bulldog reel, but it's bullfrog. Bullfrog reel. And it's together 160. Right. For a few weeks. Yeah. We just do a small promotion on it while we're doing the video. And then if you want a spare spool, it's about $18.99. I can get them. Okay. Well, I can take one off another reel because I've got loads. Or if not, I can get them overnight. So it's no problem. Yeah. And it changes hands. It's ambidextrous. So okay. Quite a nice reel. You know? Absolutely fantastic. Okay. Right. So we've made it down the beach with the Blackrock Renaissance ZT 4200. Let's put it together and give it a few casts, see how it performs. Yeah, it feels nice. Can't fault it. Right, let's try off the ground then. Yeah, that went out beautifully. If you want one of these rods and one of these reels, you need to get down to Tony's PDQ pretty damn quick because they will go like hotcakes. Catch you later.